What's going on, y'all? We on a little vacation this week, got everything set up, and the book of Galatians come to mind. I'm sitting here reading this. Galatians 6, 1 through 5 says, Brethren, if a man is overtaken in any trespass, you who are spiritual, restore such a one in a spirit of gentleness, considering yourself, lest you also be tempted. Bear one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. For if anyone thinks himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. But let each one examine his own work, and then he will have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another. For each one shall bear his own load. Verse 1 says, Brethren, if a man is overtaken in any trespass, you who are spiritual, restore such a one in a spirit of gentleness, considering yourself, lest you also be tempted. That's instruction for all of us who are followers of Jesus. If we see somebody slipping, we see somebody backsliding, it's not, we're not supposed to point our finger at them and belittle them or turn our back to them. No, it says to restore them. And not only restore them, but restore them with a spirit of gentleness. I mean, you ain't got to go over there and smack them upside the head. Some folks you're going to have to do that too, but you got to try it with gentleness first. Because if you just go to them trying to bully them back into doing what's right, you're liable to push them further into what they're doing. It says, considering yourself, lest you also be tempted. And what that tells you is, if you was an alcoholic, and you know that's a weakness to you, you can't go to the bar and get your buddy. You're going to have to find another way to do it, or find somebody else to do it, to help you. You know what I'm saying? You got to consider yourself so that you don't be tempted. 2 says, bear one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. We're supposed to help each other. We're here to help one another. You know what I mean? For if anyone thinks himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. That means don't be arrogant. Don't put yourself higher than what you actually are, because at the end of the day, we're all just servants. You deceive yourself if you think you're anything higher than that, if you think you're better than somebody else. Jesus died on that cross for everybody, and you ain't special enough to put yourself above somebody else. 4 says, but let each one examine his own work, and then he will have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another. 5 says, for each one shall bear his own load. Them two right there tell you got some work that Jesus wants you to do. You got some stuff that you've been called to do, and you're going to have to bear that load. That's going to be between you and Jesus, so you're going to have to bear it. And examine what you're doing. You know what I mean? Just let each one examine his own work and have rejoicing in it. When you've done something that you know the Lord wanted you to do, rejoice in it. Regardless of how it worked out, if you know you did what you were supposed to do for the Lord, rejoice in it. So, you're going to have to carry your own load. But we also here to help each other. Because sometimes that load gets real heavy. So if you're a follower of Jesus, you need to find you a brother or a sister. Sometimes this stuff gets heavy. Go find one. Y'all have a good night.